Aside from having probably the worst government of all time, UK crypto holders are cooked. And if you don't know what cooked means, just replace the C with an F. If you're watching this video and you're based in the UK, you're probably not considering moving to somewhere that is more tax favorable, or maybe you are. But I'm going to try and get some practical information that's going to help you as a UK crypto holder at the moment in 2026. How are we cooked then? So we know HMRC, the tax man, taxes crypto under capital gains, right? So there's two ways we get taxed. You got capital gains tax is when you sell, swap, or spend crypto, and then you have income tax when you do DeFi. DeFi being what I teach, what we go through in the group. Links in the description if you want to know more about that. And you must report gains on your self-assessment. So your self-assessment is 31st of Jan. By the 31st of Jan, every year, you must report from the previous tax year what you made. Same with, a lot of other things with self-assessment, which is what I do. And from 2026 onwards, HMRC, they say this, now receives data directly from exchanges, and there's a dedicated crypto section on your tax returns. As you guys know, in 2026, I've been working with Bitpanda, and it has the UK's largest selection of cryptocurrencies. So it's pretty much easy to buy, sell, and swap your cryptocurrency on the platform, and there's a few actual features that make this platform unique. Margin trading. You can trade crypto margin up to 3 times leverage with 120 crypto assets. You can manage risk with real-time monitoring and notification alerts before liquidation. You can also set up a savings plan today and basically utilize the dollar cost average effect, which is what I talk about consistently on a daily basis in my videos. As well, if you want, you can stake your crypto. There's a number of cryptocurrencies that you can stake. You don't have to lock anything up. You can get weekly rewards. There's no warm-up period, and you can earn up to 10% plus in various cryptocurrencies. So if you want to check out Bitpanda and see what they're all about, check the link in the description. And again, big thanks to Bitpanda for sponsoring today's video. There is a new global system, which is CARF, where they can see trades, wallet activity, and transfers. You can't hide crypto anymore, so HMRC will see it. So if you do a massive withdrawal, and I say massive, it used to be over, I think it was 5K, 10K, it would get flagged. If you do that in 2026 now, and you do not report in the future some kind of tax, you're probably going to get a letter from HMRC asking why not, right? And if you cannot explain why, then they'll probably start looking into if you owe them any money. There are ways to obviously get around the amount of tax you pay. I'm going to show you how. In terms of the actual rates, these can be changed at any time. The last tax year, they were actually changed halfway through the tax year, which was a massive pain. However, at the moment, 3K tax allowance per year, so you can make up to 2,999.99p and not have to pay a penny. Above that, you pay 18% on any gains above 3K if you're a basic rate taxpayer, 24% if you're a higher or additional rate taxpayer. And that applies again when you sell, swap, or spend your crypto. If you earn via DeFi, that goes into your income tax. The rates are first 12,500 tax-free, then it's 20, 40, 45%, depending on what band you're in. Now for the hacks. How can I give you some info that's going to help? The main thing really is tracking. Okay? Now, you can set up spreadsheets, and I know my mates used to do this when tracking their gains, 7, 8 years ago. But now there's software to do it. And obviously, I'm going to say Coinly is the best one because it can track your transactions, not just what you did from connecting your wallet onwards, all the previous ones, because the blockchain has all the information on it. So it can track everything, and you can see where you're up to in terms of gains and losses this tax year, last tax year, all the tax years previous. So a thing you can do is this. Now, I know a lot of people that I spoke to with garbage coins, and they've watched the gains run down day after day, month after month, etc. And say they had 20k in it and now it's worth 5k because they've invested something that isn't good, right? Swallowing your pride and admitting you made a bad decision by investing in shit may be the best thing to do, because you can dispose of that and carry it across the tax years. So if you made a loss on a coin and you're down a lot, that can then carry across to the next tax year. Yeah. So we're coming up to the point now where it is the 24th of March. In a couple of weeks, it's going to be a new tax year. So if you dispose of it now, the losses you've had this tax year can then go across the next tax year. So if you, for example, want to start DeFi pools, you want to start buying particular coins that you think you're going to make a profit in going forward, any profit you make going forward on capital gain side, not the income, the capital gain side can offset these losses. Yeah. Another thing you can do, and let's just say you've got an asset that is better than what I've just mentioned, whether it's BTC, whether it's Ethereum, or a blue chip altcoin. I'd say maybe, BTC and Ethereum is probably the limit for this, but you can take a loan against your existing crypto assets. So if you've got Bitcoin, for example, if you take a loan against it, you're technically not disposing of any assets, right? You're not disposing of anything. All you're doing is locking up your Bitcoin, taking out some stable coin, and you can spend it on whatever you want, and you're not liable to pay tax on whatever you withdraw. Simple maths, 100k in BTC, take out 25 to 30k, do what you want with it, and you don't have to pay any tax. Now, obviously, there's caveats with that, with having to pay it back at some point if you want to, but the way I kind of talk about it in my videos and we do in the group is the fact that you can use this crypto from the loan to using DeFi pools. Yeah, using the DeFi pools, and then what you can do with it is generate a bigger ROI than you're getting that you have to pay back in the loan, because the loan's probably only going to be like 2-3% a year, whereas we're looking at anywhere between, it can be like 3%, 4%, up to 20% a month, depending on the DeFi pool, depending on what it is, your range, etc. There's a lot of variables, but that is what you can do. And I just want to comment on this as well, because there's always someone in the comments that thinks they know everything. Someone said, well, if you're looking at locking up your Bitcoin, you're disposing of the asset because you're swapping your Bitcoin for Coinbase wrap Bitcoin. When you wrap your crypto, you're swapping one for the other. And of course, if you directly swap Bitcoin for Coinbase wrap Bitcoin, and this example, if you know what I'm talking about, you won't know what this means. But for people that do, if you directly swap your BTC for Coinbase BTC to use in liquidity pools or lock up for a loan, that's disposing of it. But here's one quick hack. If you send your Bitcoin to Coinbase, then you withdraw it via the base chain, that means it's now on base chain to use in whatever you want. So you've naturally disposed of it. All you've done is withdraw it on a different chain. Boom, easy. And there's multiple ways you can do that, and that is just one of them. Okay? So if you are worried about taxes, triggering everything or anything, if you've got some crypto at the moment, have a look at these tax saving things that you can particularly do. Again, will there be an autumn budget, spring budget where they change everything? Possibly, but these are things you can do at the moment, and it's always changing. Where there's always a rule, there's always a way to get around it. And I'm not on about illegally, I'm on about legally. There's things that you can do to mitigate losses. You can send your spouse, if you're married to them, their 3k, so that you can use their 3k allowance. That's another thing that you can do. So there's different ways, but what I would say is, if you're unsure of anything tax-wise, first track your crypto, and then also, if you want to speak to a proper crypto accountant, I've got a link for them as well. But that's it for me today. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.